everybody, and welcome to the Manga Cavalcade or the Manga Weekly, depending on what platform you have this or depending on what platform that you go. My name is Mr. Kurosaki. I'm here to review manga every week for you guys, and remember that we couldn't do this without the lovely people from ENVtuber. So all those links for the website and the YouTubes and all that will be in the link in the description below. And today's manga, I wanted to wait because I wanted December to be the time where I go ahead and I talk about all the anime we read throughout the year, but I really couldn't wait. I really couldn't wait because I have so many comments on this, which we are going to be talking about Blue Lock. And because the Japan versus... hold on. It's not the spring anime. There we go. We're going to be talking about Blue Lock. And Blue Lock, oh my god, it has some... I have many things to say about the French versus Japan match. So, we'll be going through it, we'll be talking about it, and we'll be digesting it. Alright, let me now read. I prefer she/her because that is the part of the spectrum I am most, but I am gender fluid sometimes. I feel in between sometimes. I feel like a man sometimes. I feel like all of them...
Willow Sweetfire 1 said,
okay.
Blue Lock is
I'm glad. Then I will use she/her.
0403 said, Blue Lock.
Oh, okay. So we got people who are like Blue Lock is so good. We got people who are like Blue Lock. I am a massive Blue Lock fan. So thank you, Willow. And oh my god, you know what, Black Star? At this point, we're gonna need to have to do I'm gonna need to have to hop you into a stream to just have a conversation with you because oh my fucking god, we are going to actually need because there's so many things I feel like we resonate with, but there's also so many things that we just go against, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have that conversation. Oh my bad. Okay, no, you're back at it. Don't worry about that. You're good. But Blue Lock, the Japan versus French match. So we'll start.
Blackstar 0403 said, Lolbet.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah. But let us go ahead and actually sit down and talk about the proper match. So, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of late, so apologies if I go kind of fast on my comments with this, but the Jews where I have a lot of comments on it. So, we'll start a little bit back when I was talking about the Nigeria match, where we see the French team of Loki, Hugo, and Gabriel. And I will say it again, because I got shit about it before, and I'll never understand why, because it obviously makes sense. Loki is a new Gen 11. Loki was always a new Gen 11. He was 17. Yes, he's on the level of that of people like Noah, of people like Snuffy, of people like Chris Prince, of people like Lavio. Obviously, he is, because he was brought in as a coach. Unfortunately, people don't fucking understand, how some... It's people who don't watch soccer. That's the frustrating thing. It's people who don't watch soccer that frustrate me about this, because you think you know what you don't. You think you know what you fucking don't. Either way, I just wanted to get that off. Loki was a new Gen 11. Loki was always a new Gen 11. So, whatever. The big takeaway from that is the fact that France they have technically two new Gen 11s. I would argue Gabriel is high quality. We'll get to the point where he will be on rival for new Gen 11s, which is kind of insane. But Loki, Gabriel is getting there, low key. Blue Lock is not good. I never understood the point of the anime. Yeah, I kicked the ball and legs break. Blue Lock. Okay, the reason why people like me and people like Willow and people love Blue Lock is the fact of just how crazy it gets. Blue Lock gets so crazy. There is literally a meme about Blue Lock where people go and they're like, what even is Blue Lock about? Because you see people becoming demons, there's guns, there's lions that are coming out for people. It's like, I hate to use that excuse, but it's kind of like the whole thing with Demon Slayer where the water stuff isn't actually real, which for Demon Slayer it's actually bullshit. But for Blue Lock, I give that because again, it's soccer. Who the fuck is doing that during soccer? It's kind of insane. Honestly, it'd be cool if it was happening in soccer. That would be fun because there's a lot of really good visuals of Blue Lock. But also at the same time, I feel like you have to kind of be somewhat of a sports fan to understand why Blue Lock resonates with you so much, because it's like seeing the competition and rooting for your team, and like obviously like in this, when you're reading it, Japan is your team, so you're like rooting for Japan, you're rooting for the people, you're seeing all these like people do like cool stuff. It is, Blue Lock is basically a battle shonen without actually being a battle shonen. So but like the characters are also good because they have their own individual journeys and all that stuff. Blue Lock's good. I've honestly, I made a whole like review of season 2 of Blue Lock on why I love it and why I think it's so fucking great. Definitely worth a watch in my opinion. If you want to go, it's still one of my favorite videos or favorite reviews that I did. But yeah, so I thought the Gabriel's like that, but they're having, like, you see them having the conversation, and we also see the team of Japan watching everybody, and I do appreciate this much because I was wondering how they were going to handle going into the games. I was wondering how they were going to handle going into stuff when it comes to like other people playing games and other people doing stuff, and it seemed like the way that they handled that is just they show like they're just going through it super quick, which is fair. I think that's fine because the only people that we should really be paying attention to right now is oh, I don't even know what it is. Oh, T. Oh, yes, T. I know what you mean by T, but that is the T. But I don't. Well, I forgot what I was going to say.
Willow Sweetfire 1 said, "A couple animes I love are Demon Slayer, Dr. Stone, Jujutsu Kaisen, Bongo Stray Dogs, Fruit Basket, Solo Leveler, The Devil is a Part-Timer, and Kiss Him Not Me. Mijeku Loving."
Okay. Demon Slayer, I have my issues, but overall I do like it. Dr. Stone, I haven't watched. Jujutsu Kaisen, fucking banger. I have my issues with the manga, and I have my issues with Modulo, but overall I still enjoy it. Bongo Stray Dogs, I never watched. Fruit Basket, I have heard things about. Solo Leveling, I get why people hate on it, but I still like it. And The Devil is a Part-Timer, super funny. I don't know what Kiss Him Not Me is, but that also sounds very cute as well. Apparently I don't count as a viewer since I said Zero. Amazing. I was wondering that too. I saw that and I don't know why it says you're not a viewer. That's so weird. That is extremely weird to me. I don't understand that. But the way that they handle games, I actually really like. I really like the way that they handle games. I really like the way that they're doing all that stuff. Because we see Kaiser with Germany. I think at one point we see England. We see France play England. We see another team. It's another team that was like represented during. It was another team that was represented during the Neo Egoist League. I'm trying to remember. We do see. I want to say Italy, but I don't think it was Italy. It was like someone that's part of a team that we know. Maybe it was Spain. I don't know. I know
Willow
we do see
Sweetfire
France
1
and England, and I do know
said,
that we see Germany.
Kiss Him Not Me is where a
Costa
plus-size
Rica.
nerdy girl ships all of the men in her school together, then she gets hit with a volleyball, wakes up the next morning, turns hot, and now all of the men want her. She can't be nerdy anymore, and she can't ship them in with other men anymore because now she's the center of attention. Mijeku Loving, Mijeku Crying.
Okay, that's funny. That actually sounds very fun. That's very fun. I like that. Am I supposed to be Casper the Ghost or something, bro? Bro, I have no clue. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know why it's not counting you. It's counting you on my side. It says 1. Oh, no, that's follower thing. Never mind. My apologies. Never mind. I don't know why it's counting you. Not counting you. Maybe it's depending on what you're watching it on. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I wish I could tell you. I genuinely do wish I could tell you. But yeah, so Japan's watching all of these games. We do see Kaiser. Like I said, Kaiser gets Costa Rica, and I think they beat him like 3-0. And they go and like, they're mocking Kaiser, being like, "I've come for my revenge," blah, 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 blah. Just the Kaiser's, like, Jesus Christ, dude. Kaiser has definitely become the laughing stock. It's actually kind of crazy.
Tears of joy, I remember watching it, lol.
Oh, the Kiss Not Me? Yeah, no, that is genuinely funny, honestly. And then, like, we just see that. We see, like, just Japan kind of not, like, reveling in their victory against Nigeria. But, they seem chill. They seem lax. They seem confident, which is good. There's a moment with Rin and Asagi being like, you feel good at the top, blah, 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 all that stuff. And Asagi has a moment where he's like, so this is what it feels like to be number 1. It's a lot, but I'm fucking with it. It's good. Oh, my God. Ego has a talk with him, talking about, like, his past, and we actually get a glimpse of Ego's past after so long for waiting. We actually get a glimpse of Ego's past, and let me tell you, Ego seemed like he was a fucking beast, because we already knew that he could compete with Noel Noah, and he was the rival against Noel Noah, and so we just see that he seemed like he was this chosen god, which is also definitely pointed out that Ego and Isagi were the same number. So it does feel like that Ego is definitely sees a lot in him and Isagi in the way he thinks, which is very interesting. It's very interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. But you know, we're getting like the build up to this and all that stuff, and we finally get to the actual match. We see France coming down the tunnel. We see Japan coming down the tunnel.
My man loves his One Piece. Mijeku loving.
God, I hope your man really loves One Piece.
My brother also loves his 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh God, okay. 7 Deadly Sins, that's a whole, Jesus. One Piece is one thing. 7 Deadly Sins, Jesus Christ. Hey, what's up, Frosty? How you doing? I'm head out because I'm going to try to get my daily rewards on my game. Alright, Addict, I don't know if he's still in here, but it's good to see you, man. Again, I appreciate you for the Galaxy before, and I appreciate you in general. Also, Frosty, how you doing? I started getting into Chainsaw Man. Oh my God, I'm sorry. How are you enjoying it? I hope that you enjoy Chainsaw Man. I'm sorry, but how you enjoy Chainsaw Man? I'm gonna tap in next stream. No problem, man. I'll see you. Gladly. Well, I'm glad you're getting into it. That's good. But we do see Japan and France, they're coming down the tunnel. You know, they have their like tunnel interactions. Gabriel's asking
Willow Sweetfire 1 said, Full Metal Alchemist is also good.
Full Metal Alchemist is very good, and it's the GOAT. It is 100% the GOAT on so many levels. But Gabriel goes and he's asking, he's like, oh, where's Shido? And he's like, oh yeah, she's being benched, he's not starting. He's like, oh, he's not starting? Man, I guess that means we really are going to win. Which, Jesus Christ, Gabriel. I know Shido's really good, and he's arguably, like, top 3. But, dude, fucking chill. Jesus Christ. Which is funny I say top 3, because, you know, given how this match plays out. But France, they all go in, they do the pitch, you know. Loki's having his interactions with Isagi. They finally meet up again, you know, after, you know, Isagi called him out, basically called him a kind of a bitch, which is crazy, and all that stuff. And the match finally goes underway. And the first half is fucking insane, because the first goal is basically made almost immediately. France goes on an all-out attack. They start doing like their maneuvers and stuff like that, and it's mostly all led by Hugo, Gabriel, and Lucky. Hugo is about to do like a pass. They have their Sagi and Hugo interact for the first time, and what is supposed to be like somewhat of a play, Loki does a fake out and it's passed to Gabriel. Gabriel makes his gremlin shot, I think he's dubbing it, and Gabriel makes the first goal. I think Gabriel made a goal before, but that's kind of crazy that he did, which is fucking insane. And all of Blue Lock is stunned. They're just all of Japan is stunned. They're like, what the fuck? This is insane. Holy shit. Now, I will admit, I did forget a part. I did forget that we do get a little bit of side B, which I do want to touch upon real quick. I finished Dispatch, and I didn't get the fucking Invisigal ending, but I got the worst one. I just thought I'd tell you. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's ass, man. I'm sorry you didn't get that Invisigal ending. God, that is trash. I heard that. You can always try again. You can always try again. But yeah, let's talk about Side B real quick, because I forgot Side B existed, so we should talk about Side B real quick. So, Side B, we get Barasu interacting with all 300 of the players, some new, some from previous Blue Lock stuff, you know, but the main focus is that we see Kira. Kira is actually back, which, thank God, he's back. I was kind of hoping they would go with that through line, since, you know, if you're going to make not a revival, but kind of like a second chance thing, not like the wild card, but something else, you should do that, which, now that I think about it, I do wonder, because Kira, I will admit, he does seem different. I wonder if Kira got into the wild card. And to be fair, we don't get anything with the wild card, which sucks. I would like to know what that wild card entails and what you had to do. Because Kunigami came back a completely different person. Completely different person. And so, like, Kira seems also kind of different, but not, like, super, super different. Which is what I would love to know if, like, this is technically his third time. And, like, if he got picked. But I don't know. It would be interesting. Maybe we'll get some wildcard stuff with the side B. And we'll find out that Kunigami might actually be the person that, you know, Kira got rid of. Kunigami is the person that got rid of Kira during the wild card. But that's hopeful thinking, though.
Ads. Mijeku crying, Mijeku
My
crying,
apologies
Mijeku
for the
crying.
ads, but I appreciate you. I just thought I'd tell you, I'm restarting. Okay, good. It's good that you're restarting Dispatch. Because, yeah, you can do that. It has a lot of replayability, so that's at least good. But everyone's charging to the new stage, the new front, and we do see Nagi once again. And Nagi and Kira, they have their interactions. They're just like, huh? What are you? I was like, oh, so you're here. There's also a new person. I originally thought he was Dutch the first time. I originally thought he was Dutch because he was playing in the Danish league, but it is a Japanese player playing in the Danish league. So that's going to be interesting, which that might be someone who stops Kira. If Kira gets knocked out again, my God, just leave him alone. At that point, genuinely, just leave him alone. Because that boy will never get it. The only time I could see him is maybe he gets to, like, the theoretical club arcs. But, man, which we'll talk about that. I have whole thoughts about that. But the first game that Barasu has for all, like, the extra Blue Lock stuff is the fact that there is a cage game where there's going to be 11 players, and there's going to be 2 more players that are going to be inside, and you have to, you know, like, avoid getting the ball. It's going to run for, like, I think he said, like, 120 seconds or something like that. It's like a minute and a half. And, like, the first 3 pairs to get the ball or snatch it away is going to advance to the next one. So, Kira and Nagi, like, was like, hey, Kira, me and you, we're gonna pair up. So, I assume that him and Nagi will make it through. I would be surprised if they don't.
Willow Sweetfire 1 said, one anime I also love is the Apothecary Diaries, which also includes eunuchs, which are not only people of status but are considered gender non-conforming or trans individuals.
Oh,
Mijaku loving.
Apothecary Diaries is so great. I fell in love with that. I still need to watch season 2, but season 1 I fell in love with, and it's so great. It's so fucking great. I am begging my girlfriend to watch Chainsaw Man. It's so peak. It is to an extent. I think anime-wise, you'll be good. I won't spoil manga stuff, but let's just say I was massively disappointed. Extremely disappointed. Overall disappointed. It changed my perspective on Chainsaw Man so much. I cannot fathom or tell you how much that ending ruined my aspect of Chainsaw Man. But I won't tell you what it is, though. Just that's it, though. That's it. What is it? What was it? Oh, yes. So yeah, Kira and Nagi are pairing up for the cage game, and that's kind of where we leave off side B. Like, they don't really start it yet. I assume that Nagi and them will make it through, and they'll do their stuff. That's gonna be like my best guess with stuff for the most part. I assume they'll make it through. But we cut. Well, so going back to that game, and I want to reiterate, side B doesn't happen in between of the game. Side B does happen before the France versus Japan game starts.
1
I just forgot
said,
side B existed.
I've also seen the silent voice, which includes someone with anxiety and someone that is disabled, which kind of represents my community that I'm also part of, and I've cried all 5 times watching it.
Oh, silent voice is all good. Also, if you want another anime that's similar to silent voice, Jose, the Tiger and the Fish, I don't think it's as, like, it didn't make me cry like silent voice, but it does have disability representation, which if you're looking for more of that, that'd be good for you, 100%. I only started watching the Chainsaw Man to listen to the bang bang bang, so don't be called a LARPer. Oh, you're fine. It's a banging song. Who gives a shit? And trust me, you're not gonna know what that means for a long time. I'm telling you right now, you probably won't know what that means unless you don't read the manga, and you gotta go deep into the manga. I'm talking about deep into the manga to understand what that song means. I only know because I got spoiled constantly by fucking Twitter and stuff like that. I refuse ever in my life to be called a liar. Fair, I appreciate that. Honestly, I genuinely do. There's some people that don't care, and there's some people that do.
Said. I've also seen Stars Align, which is sort of a BL, but also it more focuses on family dynamics, abuse, alcohol, and some more triggering topics. It's also a bad myth in anime. Mijeku loving, Mijeku crying.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one. That's nice though. That does sound like pretty pleasant though, I will admit. Other than the SIA and other stuff like that, which is crazy. But no, we oh my god, what was I talking about? Oh yes. So yes, cutting back to the Japan and France game. So France just scored. Blue Lock and Japan they're in fucking shock. They're like, what the fuck just happened? And we see Hugo and Isagi interact. And Hugo's whole thing with this is that he's sitting there and he's just like, listen, man, I get it. It's a lot for you. It's a lot. It's like, it's a lot for you. You're going through your shit. Brother, I understand. But I also want you to know, big dog, that like, you know, your team is struggling. You're someone who's the center. We could easily cut that out. But like, you're not built for this. You're not built for being a striker, Isagi. You're not built for this level that like people like Loki and Rin have been at, dog. You're more suited for being number 2. Your aptitude is being the number 2. It's okay to be number 2. There's nothing wrong with being number 2. You need to meet at your means, and at your means is what you are. My apologies, Willow. Unfortunately, my blurbs are just not working. I don't know why, but they just aren't for some reason. And, man, Hugo is somebody who is very much a stay in your lanes type person. He's someone that's like, you should operate in your means, you should not. And, like, I get where he's coming from, right? Where he's like, I'm not saying that you should dream, but you should dream within your means. You shouldn't, like, go super far, and you shouldn't do that. Now, I disagree with him. I disagree with the way you should think. I always think that you should dream big. I just think that you should have those you should have those, like, villains.
It's okay. Mijeku loving.
Okay, that's good. I know the blips are important for people, but I'll make sure they work next time. I don't know why the fuck they're not working. I plan on buying the Yoruak manga, and like the books included the Yoruak. That's good. I'd say read it. I'd say read it online. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. But yeah, Hugo's whole mentality is the fact that you just need to stay in your lane and that you should dream big. I disagree with him on this. I get where he's coming from, and which is kind of crazy because I sort of operate, at least for myself, like that. Like, a good example is I tried to do drawing, and I realized that I was not that great at drawing. I probably wasn't going to get on, like, the level of my friend Siren, of my friend Vanilla Cream Art, of my friend Madura, of my friend Zeph, of my friend Fumi, and my friend Siren. I don't think I was ever going to get to any of their levels, right? Because all like the people who I just mentioned are great artists. Those 5 people are probably the 5 that have inspired me to want to want to do drawing and stuff like that. I was shit. I was ass. I was garbage at it. Okay, so what I did, I doubled down on the things I'm good at. I'm good at music. I'm good at writing. I'm good at editing. I doubled down on that, and honestly, it's paying off. So like me putting Hugo's philosophy, it's working. But I think like you have to have a certain mentality to like have that. That's why I don't agree with Hugo's mentality. I agree if that was him for himself, right? That he's like, I'm gonna find my place and plug it in. But like, he thinks everybody should operate with that. That everyone has like a destiny and like a ceiling, and that like you should operate within that ceiling. I think that's bullshit. I think that's ass. I think that's a bad way to live. You should like dream. You should dream big. You should live big. You should think of the big picture. The problem with Hugo, so Hugo doesn't think like that. Hugo's mind doesn't work like that. Hugo is someone that thinks that like if you do that, you're squandering the talents that you could be focusing on. That's not great. And that's basically his whole interaction with Isagi, because he looks at Isagi as like, you made it far as a striker. You made it farther than anything anybody would have assumed that someone like you are. But and he doesn't say it directly, but he's like, you're more of a midfielder. You're someone who can control the field a lot more and do a lot better if you play your role better. You should become the number 2. There are already great number 1s on your team. There's Baro, there's Shido, there's Rin. There's many people who fit that number 1 role better than you. But if you fit that number 2 role, let them take that, your team could flourish and you can be big. Asagi says, fuck you, nigga, I'm not doing that. Asagi looked at Hugo and he said, fuck your philosophy, fuck the way you move, fuck your shit, fuck everything like that. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not moving with that. What I'm going to do is I am going to keep thriving. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily work the best because I'm pretty sure that like they struggle because Japan decides to go on a counterattack and they get close, but France has them on lock. They have Asagi on lock. They know what they need to do, and they basically said if Asagi's locked down, Blue Lock crumbles, and they kind of prove that every time. And like France is also trying to go on a counterattack, and Blue Lock's trying their best to survive, and so like. The confidence that Sagi has, it's waning. He's faltering. He's like, holy shit, if I can't do what I need to do, like, is this really, like, is he right? Am I fucking up? Like Blue Lock is low-key struggling. And someone who I didn't think was going to step up, someone who I'm actually surprised stepped up to this role of number 2 was Karasu. Karasu stepped up and was like, hold on. What Hugo's saying, that shit kind of cooking. I like what Hugo's saying. I don't want to listen to the enemy, but maybe there's something here. Maybe there's something here that I could pick up from this motherfucker. And so, as France is trying to recover, I think it's a point where like Loki is trying to get the ball and he traps it really well, but Karasu takes it from Loki. Surprisingly, I was surprised by that. And so like everyone's like, oh, Karasu has the ball. He's passing it around. He's trying to figure out like what is the best path forward. And he actually links up with Hiyori. And Hiyori sits there and he's like, oh yeah, I'm helping you support, right? And he's like, no, that's not what's happening. What I need you to do, Hiyori, is I'm trusting you. And what Karasu does is that he blocks 2 Saki defenders to create a lane, a shooting lane for Hiyori, which Hiyori takes, and
Willow Sweetfire 1 said, I've also watched Dakichi. I'm being harassed by the sexiest man of the year, which the whole anime put a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm never watching it again.
Dakichi, is that a new anime? Is Dakichi a new anime? I'm not 100% sure. Let me know. I would like to know if Dakichi is a new anime. Blue Lock's confusing because what do you mean? It's soccer, but there's someone there that can eat a galaxy. Listen, it makes sense. You have to eat the galaxy in order to become stronger. That way you can shoot better, and that you don't need your 2-gun volley. What's a 2-gun volley? Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Average Kirby lore. Literally average Kirby lore.
It's a BL and there is a lot of assault and essay in it, and then he still falls in love with his abuser at the end. Mijeku crying, Mijeku crying.
That's the one that you brought up,
Willow
right?
Sweetfire 1
said,
absolutely hate it.
Wait, that's the one that you brought up earlier, yeah? The one that you were talking about? Or is this another one where he gets abused and then falls in love with his lover? Which, if there's 2, that's insane. But I feel like that's par for the course when it comes to BL, so, Also, crazy brought up Kirby love, because I fucking love Kirby.
Said, it's a different one.
Jesus Christ, the fact that there's 2 BLs like that is that's fucking wild. But yeah, Karasu goes and he sacrifices himself. Or not okay, they call it sacrifice. It's not really sacrificing, but he gives up like whatever shot that he has for Hiyori to shoot.
There's also an uncensored scene on the internet of an act one cannot go into detail because Twitch.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate it. My stomach hurts, little key. Well, Frosty, go fucking take care of it, dog. That way you can not hurt your stomach. But yeah, Karasu blocks the 2 people, creates a lane for Hiyori, and I didn't think they were gonna give it to him, but he already scores the goal. He already scores the goal during that. Has he already scored a goal? No, because I think it was either Reo or Bachi that scored that first goal for Nigeria. I'm trying to think. I know Rin scored a goal. I think Rei Awabachi scored a goal.
Willow Sweetfire 1
Asagi scored a goal.
said,
Someone else though.
these two BLSI was suggested that apparently were good BLS were awful. Mijaku crying.
That's awful. I am sorry, Willow. I'm sorry that happened. But yeah, like that happened. That's good. Like no, not that good. Hold on. Before I fucking get with it. But yeah, but Hiyori scored the goal, tying it with France and Japan. And it's like, oh shit, whatever Karasu did worked. And so during this, Karasu and Asagi are actually having a conversation where Karasu goes up to me. He's like, listen, like it seems like whatever we're doing before is not working. So I'm going to put myself in the position of number 2, and I'm going to try to pivot to try to help the team. And Asagi feels weird about it because he's like, I'm not denying it doesn't work, but like that's so weird. It's so crazy. Like I don't understand how like what you're saying makes sense, but a feeling in me doesn't like it. And he's like, listen, I'm trying to work for the team. And he's like, oh, like, but what about your ideal to being number 1? Don't you want to be a striker? Don't you want to go? And he's like, listen, I just want to win, and I'm doing this for the team. And it's like, oh, I see. This is awful because you're doing it. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the team. You're sacrificing the ideal of a striker, and you're shedding that away. That's why this is not great. You're not doing it for yourself. You're going against the philosophy that we were taught.
If I remember, Blue Lock was a soccer anime, right?
Yeah, Blue Lock is a soccer anime, and Blue Lock is very, very good. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. I need some rest. Gang, who are you talking to? Oh, I'm just yapping, dog. I'm just yapping. I mean, you also heard the T at TS. I like the purple and tan hair guy from Blue Lock. Purple and tan hair. Is that Otoya? I think that's Otoya. He's got a little bit of green in it too, right? I think that's Otoya. Also, Frosty, if you need to go to take care of yourself, do that. Take care of yourself, please. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for stopping by. It's good. The freaky guy. Oh, Shido, my freaky little weirdo. Yes, Shido is fucking great. Shido is like a fucking top tier character in Blue Lock. It's not even a question. Like
Willow Sweetfire 1
he's so good.
Said, has anyone watched number 24?
Tokyo 24 and number 24. I have watched something called Tokyo 24, but I have not watched number 24. No. But basically, where was I going with this? Oh, right. So, oh my god, I'm blanking out. I'm fucking blanking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. So Karasu and Asagi are having this like heated argument. And Aiku comes up. He's like, okay, you guys. Like, I get it. It's a lot, and we're just this has been a struggle. We tied it. I think both can work at the same. He's like, I think both philosophies can exist at the same time. Can we at least try and do something like that? Like, can we at least try to like do some shit?
Number 24 is a rugby anime with 24 men that all look up to one player, and this one player can't play rugby anymore because of his spine. If he does, he could be paralyzed, and there's 2 openly gay characters in it too. The whole anime is borderline fruity anyways.
Oh,
Mijaku loving.
Oh, I didn't know there was a rugby anime. I might have to check that out because that actually sounds quite interesting. That is funny though. That is the fact that it's just all very fruity. But with a sports anime, it could kind of get like that. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think after this they start to regroup. I don't think it's halftime yet, but I think Hugo is like pushing fucking
Willow Sweetfire 1
Isagi
said, it's on Crunchyroll. I think it only has 1 season. It was supposed to be renewed for a second one, but it's at this point so old I don't think we're getting a season 2.
No, it happens with so many anime, unfortunately. There's so many anime that come out and then they don't get a second season. It is a tale as old as time, and unfortunately it's the biggest heartbreak that you could have as a fan as you desperately wait. I'm still waiting for my No Game No Life. It's sad. It's nice to know that the light novel started up again, but I'm still waiting for my No Game No Life, and I know it'll never happen. And my Yuri on Ice, and I know it'll never happen. I had too many tragedies. I have felt the pain over and over again, and unfortunately, that's just how it is. But yeah, they start going back, and again, Hugo is fucking with Asagi. He's just like, oh, your boy Karasu. That dude, he got into number 2, and look what happened. It worked for him. Now, if only they had like one more person, just one more good striker who is like the heart of Japan that would just slot into that second two and just like go ahead and just accept his role for what he is, then maybe you'd actually be on the level to beat us. Maybe you would actually be able to like put something together and actually make a comeback. But you know, that's just me. He's not that pedantic about it, but like, oh my god, this Hugo is such a rage baiter. Hugo is quickly becoming one of my favorite new Gen 11s. I don't know if he's like doing it on purpose. I don't know if it's just his strategy to do it. Because I don't know if he's like genuinely trying to help Asagi become better because he wants to. Actually, no, I could see it because Hugo's thing is that he wants to fight good people, and I think he sees that in Asagi. I think he sees that potential in Asagi being able to get to that level, but he wants Asagi to follow his philosophy, which Asagi does not want to follow his philosophy. So I can see it in a sense. I see it. I get it. But oh well, this is happening. You know, Blue Lock's trying to defend France again. It's like, you know, they're trying to figure it out. They think they got it, and oh my god, I forget what had happened. But Hugo basically shows them. He's like, you think you got it, but you don't. You think you understand, but you don't. And he just like scores again, and it's just like
Willow
what the fuck? Holy shit!
Stranger by the Shore is a BL anime movie that I absolutely love. Mijeku loving.
I love how you're just giving me all these BL recommendations. I will watch them at some point. I will. I do need my my gay intake, but thank you. Honestly, keep them coming. Not too much because I still need to talk, but I love the fact. I think you're gonna be my new BL dealer, Willow. That might have to be the case. You might have to be my new BL dealer. Every time I need a new BL, it's like, hey, you got a new BL for me, and she's gonna have your co-op being like, what do you need? It's so stupid. Okay, I'll shut up. Jesus Christ, what was it? Oh yeah, and so yeah, Hugo basically just flaunts on them, being like, oh, that's cute. Fuck you, and just scores hell easily, being like, no, that's the power of that's the power of the. Oh my god, what is it? It's like, that's the power of the number 2. I can still score, but I also can pass when I need to. But I can also score when I need to. That's the power of the number 2, Asagi. You can reach this potential too if you just accept my philosophy. That's all you need to do. And so they go into halftime. Ego's fucking pissed because Karasu and other people are deviating from the actual philosophy. It's not the chemical reaction he's wanting. It's all bad. Meanwhile, the French coach and the French team are such a well-oiled machine. It is actually terrifying how well all of them are put together. It's genuinely terrifying how like well they're all like put together and all that stuff. Like fuck, man. like I would not want to be anywhere near that, if I'm being honest, because that's terrifying. That whole team is fucking terrifying. Jesus Christ, I've never seen such a well-oiled machine before. Like, I understand why France is number 1 in that show, and I understand why France is a threat. But when they go back out, Ego, before they go, is like, all right, we're gonna need to make some substitutions real quick. Now, I swear to God, you can only have like a couple substitutions a game. I'm not sure. Actually, let me Google that real quick. Because I swear to God, I thought you could like, maybe it's 2 mid-game substitutions in soccer. But I know there's like a limit to substitutions, right? I'm not crazy. How many substitutions can you have in soccer? Unless I'm crazy. And there's 5 substitutions. Okay, all right. Per match. Okay, all right. That makes sense. Okay, so they only used 4, from what I remember. They only used 4 substitutions, which I forget who gets pulled off. But the people that go in, which I know everybody was waiting for that, is Kunigami, Baro, and Shido. I was so excited when I saw this. I was like, hell yeah, this is cool. This is awesome. This is going to be great. France is not going to be prepared for this whatsoever. This is going to be amazing. No, I was wrong. Bro, France is such a massive threat. When I tell you, they knew everything. They went to, Bado got the ball. He was going to do something. He gets shut down. Shido, they were preparing for him, and they tried. He it's crazy. Like both
Willow
Shido and
Sweetfire
Bado were both like dismantled.
I also love No Love Zone, which is an extremely popular, mature rated office romance webcomic. They have a physical anime you can find online somewhere. You're going to have to watch it with subtitles because there is no dub. I absolutely love it, but it's more of an adult explicit anime, but also super cute and sweet.
Honestly, if there is a manga for it, I might just read the manga. But if it's also an anime, I could probably hunt that down somewhere. It's probably not too hard to hunt down. I have my places. Unfortunately, I can't say because things are getting shut down. But I have my places still. But yeah. The only person that came off the bench that I actually think was like okay, to be fair, no, Shido, Bado, and Kunigami were different makers. Because Shido and Bado, even though Bado technically stole the goal, were the people who made the second goal for France. And Kunigami, it was actually doing stuff like being someone that's like defending the ball in a really aggressive way.
I'm pretty sure I had to use a VPN to watch it because it's only available in Japan.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'll have to see if some... I'll have to sail the seas and become a pirate. Oh, well, I'll have to sail the seas and be a swashbuckler, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like those three, they did good. It's just the fact that France is just so dominant. And after they score, and like even Asagi's looking at this, they're looking at like, you know, they switched to like an all-out defense route because now on the field we have Asagi, Rin, Kunigami.
Said. I know it's also, I think, on Anime 9.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. We don't need... I know I'm not big into stuff like that, but we don't need the internet bots tracking what is a piracy site or not. But I think it is. Also, I'm pretty sure 9 Anime got shut down. I'm pretty sure 9 Anime doesn't exist anymore. Unless it's called Anime 9, which I'm going to have to look into. But yeah, like, we see all this shit with fucking... What do you call it? Oh, yeah, so,
Willow Sweetfire
oh my God.
Said. Nope, it still exists, I just use the blockers, but enough talking about it, I guess.
Oh yeah. No, I don't mean to be mean, I just want to be very cautious since everyone is like, everything's being taken down now. And I don't even know where they could be lurking at this point. Like, it's such the off chance. And you can like talk about it if you want. It's just one of those things. Like, I just want to be careful. I want to give these sites up. God damn it. Oh yeah. So yeah, because okay. Oh yeah. Sorry. Jesus Christ, I got lost. On the field, it's Asagi, Kunigami, Bado, Shido, Rin. I think there might be like one more other striker I'm not thinking of, but. Like, there's 5 strikers on the field. And, like, obviously some are playing, like, other roles and stuff like that, of course. But, like, everybody, like, there's more strikers on the field than there was. Because before, it was just Rin and Asagi that was being built around. Now we have Kunigami, now we have Bado, now we have Shido. Even though Kunigami is playing a more defensive role, he can still do shots. He can still do that. If he wants to, he can still be there and be around. And that's not counting other people, but like that's like the main like shooting core, I feel. And so like Asagi's realizing that like, you know, his position's slipping, he doesn't know what to do. There's more people that are on the field like taking shots. There are more people, there's like Karasu that people are trying to adapt into the Karasu system. All while at the same time, France is still becoming a problem. Like literally right after Bado made that shot, like the French coach comes up and he's just like, hey, you guys, what the fuck are we doing? I know you're not gonna lose this team, right? Because they're not on their caliber. Like you're fucking around, Hugo. You're fucking around, Loki, and Gabriel's still a child, so he's already fucking around. But that's just him. I need you guys to step up. The moment they say that, bro, Loki locks in, goal. And again, I know people they'll call him a fraud because it's like, oh, he's just full of speed. I think people are underestimating Loki. I really think they are because I don't think Loki would have been brought to the Neo Egoless League as a coach if that was the case. Yes, he did have Rin and Shido. He had very strong people, and then he had Gabriel, who's also very strong. I'm not denying that PXG wasn't a stacked team, but Loki is also the coach who is teaching them the stuff that they need to in order to like thrive. And it was very smart of him to build a team around Shido and a team around Bado. I think he has a mental prowess for stuff that I think people are underestimating, and that I think You know, people are just calling him like, you know, he's all he is speed, all he is speed. I think people are underestimating him. I think the way he moves, I think the fact that he picked Gabriel, I think the fact that he locked in with Hugo, I think there's more to him. I do think there is more to Loki than him just being speed. We just have not seen that yet. And like, I just don't think it was necessary for Loki to lock in like that, because I don't think Loki treats Blue Lock as like someone that's worth that time. And it's kind of shown that fact in this match and in the way they interacted, honestly. Because right after that, they went and they did that. Thank you for the follow, Mollis TR. I appreciate it very, very much. But yeah, like that, like it's on that level, dude. Like I do genuinely think that.
Said, ads, Mijeku crying.
Oh, I apologize, but thank you for the support. But yeah, I do genuinely think that like that is the case for. I do genuinely think that is the case for Loki. I do think people underestimate him just because we just see his speed. And like the way he moves on the field, no way, that's fucking calculated. There's more to what Loki's doing than just speed. I'm 100% confident about that. But there is someone we'll have to talk about though, and that's at the end of the match. So France comes back, unfortunately, and so now they're at a deficit. But this is at the point where Asagi finally kind of gets it. He realized that he's just been listening to too many people. He's been number one, and like he's been at number one, and like he's kind of satisfied, and that's the problem. He can't be satisfied. He's been wanting to like devour the number one, but is not really wanting to like. But being at number one has not allowed him to evolve the same way he is. What he needs to do is he needs to find the number one and devour him. He needs to constantly grow. Now, I don't know if that's a departure from the ego theory, because ego theory is like you want to be the best striker, so you do what you can to be the best striker. Or I don't know if that's Asagi's evolution towards being the best striker. It feels like it kind of is, but it also feels like it's a departure, because it feels like it feels like Asagi isn't trying to be number one anymore. It sounds like he just wants to devour number one, but in doing so does make him number one, so it's kind of confusing.
You know, if you don't want ads throughout your entire live stream, you can choose to take out breaks. Mijeku loving.
I thought with ad breaks, like you had to set those, right? Am I not sure? Because like I've been going for a while, because I have the pre-rolled ads, so I might have to. I'll have to look into that. I know there's a way to do it, but I will have to look into that, because I'm not super 100% sure how the fuck that works and whatnot. But I should look into it and how. I swear to God, I thought I fixed it, but I don't know. Jesus Christ, what was I doing? What was I thinking? Oh yeah. So, but Asagi finally gets it. Asagi finally like locks in, and finally it's just like, oh, I get it now. I fucking get it now. So his whole thing is he needs to devour the number one. He doesn't need to. He still needs to be number one, but in order for him to do, he needs to find who the top dog is and devour them. Kind of how like France is devouring Asagi, because Asagi was the top dog. And so he figures this out, and he's just like, nah, Hugo, we're doing a 1v1, and I'm going to show you that your philosophy is wrong. It's like, yeah, that 1% of luck, buddy, that is mine. And so at the beginning of the match, Asagi tried to do his like little pivot stuff, but Hugo cut that. But now he adapted it where he gets like a little forward and stuff like that, so he has space to actually track the ball so Hugo doesn't interrupt him. So then when he twists around, now it's a 1v1 between Hugo and Asagi. And now he's just like, oh, he positioned it to the point where like I have to guess where he's going. And so as they're having their like little 1v1 battle, Asagi actually wins. Hugo made the wrong choice, and Asagi actually wins, which is massively impressive, mind you. It was fucking fantastic to see Asagi actually pull that off, which is definitely fucking insane. It's crazy. So he's able to pull that off. He's like now running, now free, trying to like make the goal, and he's trying to do his direct shot. He's trying to do his direct shot, and he's trying to make the goal. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, out of no one's calculations, fucking Rin comes out. Because I left Rin out purposely, because for the entire time, you thought Asagi was left behind? Oh no, now that everyone... I brought up Rin before, but Rin was more in the background, because now everyone's trying to maybe go to Karasu. Baru and Shido are fresh, so they're trying to bring him into a system. Asagi's still doing his own thing and he's focusing on Hugo and Karasu. And even... Asagi even goes as far as joining the Karasu system to be able to engage with it. Because he's just like, okay, I need to use you guys. I need to use people. Like, I'm using it for my own game. I'll join your system, but then I'm going to go ahead and do it. And there comes Rin, going for his own goal. And it's Asagi and Rin, and they both kick the ball. It flies in the air, it passes the goalie, and it hits the fucking post. I am confident Asagi would have tied that game if it wasn't for Rin. I genuinely think Rin fucked that entire thing up. And because of that, Loki's able to recover it. Loki ends up fucking bombing down the field, just like Asagi did in the Nigeria game, and scoring, like fucking breaking ankles. He made Aiku slip. He's passing everybody. No one can catch him. And he makes the goal. France just won 4-2. Now, I think we all kind of assumed France was going to win. I don't think that's surprising. It's just in the way they won. And there's a lot we have to take away from that. We have to take away the fact that Rin just kind of fucked up, and I don't know how, they're going to view Rin after doing that. I think Shido, Bado, and Kunigami fine. Otoya does get subbed in for Chigiri, I think, at some point. That's kind of like whatever. It didn't feel like it did much, so it was like, oh yeah, no, like I get it, but it's also fine. Aiku, I mean, he tried, but man, he tried his best. He really did. Karasu is probably going to be the one to get the biggest fucking talking to, which is going to be fucking crazy. Karasu is going to have so much fucking talking to. My homie got, we got shot. Go save him. He live. His kick is JJX. I'll probably check that out after. That's fucking wild if that's the case. I'm so sorry.
What was that vampire anime that I think was a BL? I think it was also action and fighting. I think one of the guys had white hair, and the other guy, the first thing, had black hair. I'm forgetting the name. Mijeku crying.
If you're thinking about Vampire Knight, I think you're thinking of, that is not a BL. That is just girl fantasy vampire romance. But the ending for all of that and how that goes is Francis going off. Loki doesn't feel like he broke a sweat. He got his 2 goals in. Gabriel, Hugo, and Loki all scored within this match. They're walking off, and I do think it should be noted, though. I do think it should, in fact, be noted. And Loki,
Willow Sweetfire won.
Isagi says it to Hugo.
All I know is both guys bit each other and they were friends and it was kind of blish.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. That seems very interesting, but I don't know what that is. But Isagi does tell Hugo, and I agree with Isagi. He's like, hey, I beat you. I beat you in your own philosophy, dog. And I beat you in your own philosophy. I was able to evolve and I was able to get better, and I beat you. And Hugo's like, man, you're a pain in the ass, aren't you? But I'll see you later. Because at the end of the day, he got his job done. And I think that's the difference between Asagi and Hugo. I think that's not only that, but the problem with the philosophy that Ego has is that Hugo's is viewing of the team, right? Hugo views the team as like a whole, as like a big thing, and I feel like that does make a lot of sense with the way how things are. But Asagi is reveling in the fact that he beat Hugo, which means that he can evolve. Which, that's true, you did win in that regard, but Japan also lost. You're now at a deficit when it comes to, like, going into the match against England. Which, if you won that, you would have been fine, right? You would have been fine, you could have taken that loss. But now, not only are you kind of fucked, you kind of have to win it. It's now both for England and Japan. It's now like a do or die situation. You either win or you don't. Now, if I remember what the score is at this point, I think Nigeria's 2-0, or I think Nigeria will be 2-0, unless they do some bullshit where fucking France somehow just loses to fucking Nigeria. I don't think that's happening. That would be fucking wild. That would be wild. If France loses to Nigeria, that would be fucking wild. But I don't think that's happening. So I think Nigeria's going 0-3, unfortunately. They'll be knocked out of the World Cup. I think France is 0-2. No, France is 3-0. No, France will be 3-0, so they'll be able to advance. And then England and Japan are both going to be 1-1. So there won't be like a goal differential thing that'll happen. It's literally like do or die. You have to win all costs. No goal differentials. Nothing like that. Do or die. You have to win. So now Blue Lock is basically put up into the wall of if you don't get your fucking shit together, you're gonna lose. And I have a bad feeling. I don't think I have. No. Blue Lock has to win. Blue Lock has to win, and weirdly enough, I only say Blue Lock has to win is because of Side B. Side B is going on, and it would not make sense for Side B to exist if if Japan was going to lose to England. If Side B didn't exist, I think I'd be a lot more scared for Japan. But we'll probably get it, like, after this, there will probably be a whole conversation about philosophy, whether people want to be in the Karasu system, whether people want to be in the Asagi system. I would not be surprised as well if both Rin and Karasu get benched after this. Because it's like, Karasu, you fucked up the flow. Rin, you fucked up the last goal because we could have tied it. I'm sitting both of you fucking down. And maybe like he puts in Shido or he puts in Bato or somebody like that. Someone else, or if he like decides to just like put out the all-out attack just right out the gate. That's like the best thing that I could probably see come out from like all of this. That's like the best thing, realistically. But like Japan would have to win. If Japan loses, which I would think is a fucking long shot, I do think this will be the game that goes into overtime. I think it'll go into overtime. I don't know if it will go into free kicks. I still think that should be saved for like the single elimination brackets. But I do think that this England game will go into overtime, and that will be very interesting. And I think like 2 games should go into overtime. I think this should be the one. It's do or die. The tensions are high. You can definitely like fucking milk this out a little bit more and all that. So that would be good. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what the outcome is or in the aftermath of this in the locker room and how Blue Lock takes this loss. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, that was Blue Lock, man. The France versus match game, so good. So good. But like, it sucks because I think people are calling it like, we knew they were going to beat Nigeria. I didn't think they were going to lose that bad, though. We knew they were going to lose against France, but my God, the way that they lost, was not expecting it. Oh, the other thing I would also want to bring up as well is I think from this and how this like this U20 World Cup plays off, I think you can play this off really well to clubs because there will be people like Rin who might not want to like control his anger, who might go off somewhere else to try to train. There might be Karasu who will like whatever. I think if we get a club arc, right? We get like all the Blue Lock players going into different arcs, going into different clubs, all that stuff like that. I do think Karasu is going to go to whatever club Hugo is. And Hugo might reach out to Karasu because he saw Karasu and how he changed. Hugo might actually reach out to Karasu and be like, hey, come back, I want to train you, I want to be good. Just to plant the seeds potentially. I think someone like I don't know where Asagi would go. If I'm being honest, that's going to be difficult to gauge. But I like this will be a good if they're setting it up. This will be a good jumping off point for people for like members of Japan and all that stuff to go off into clubs and do their own thing. It'll be very interesting. It'll be very nice to see. I feel like since IQ is part of the U20, he has to be a part of a club at some point, right? Like, there's no way IQ is not part of a club. I would be surprised if IQ isn't part of a club already, which is very interesting. But yeah, that is all that for Blue Lock. A good match, man. I really like that, and I cannot wait for the English one. I cannot wait for the English match. That shit is going to be so fun. That one is going to be so good. Okay, well, thank you guys for hearing me.
Willow Sweetfire 1 said. Also, another good vampire anime is the Hearst Castle of Vanitas. A lot of bisexual energy, even though it's not labeled as BL.
Ooh,
Mijeku loving.
I would like that. I'm gonna have to look back on the stream and your chats and like pick up all these titles because I need to add them on my watch list. But for my podcast Spotify listeners, for my
Willow
VOD
Sweetfire
YouTube
1 said, the Cursed Castle of.
Oh, okay. But for my podcast listeners, for my YouTube VOD listeners, for people who are listening to this not on the stream, who are not on the stream, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Remember, go check out Infinity Cast on the website and the YouTube. They're the people that help me put this on. They're the people that I work for. They're wonderful people. They're all lovely people, and I need to interact with them more because I do not do that, and I need to do that more. But go check out the links all up in the YouTube. I would appreciate it if you did. To next time we do this, it will be Pride Month. I will try to find. Oh, thanks to Willow, actually. We have a plethora of stories to talk about.
Willow Sweetfire 1 said, do you know when your Discord's getting done?
This Monday. This Monday, I will try to get the Discord done. I need to finish the onboarding stuff, and once that is done, I will be hopefully announcing that Discord Monday. But, yes, that will probably be the case. But yeah, I thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening to me. Yeah, we'll probably be checking out some Yuris and Yaois during the month of June for Pride Month. It's going to be fun.
Willow
It's going to be great.
said,
I'm going to have fun.
Yay, Mijeku
Willow will
loving.
definitely have fun. Willow, I hope you'll be here because we're going to be talking about a lot of Yaoi and Yuri. We're going to be talking about a lot of Yaoi and a lot of Yuri during this entire month. So, thank you all. I appreciate it.
Willow
You were all
Sweetfire 1
amazing.
said, everything I've recommended today, Daybreak is my faith.
Nice.
Willow Sweetfire 1 said, fave.
Yeah.
Willow
that's nice.
Sweetfire 1 said, I definitely will.
Awesome. But yes, thank you everyone for checking it out. Thank you everyone on the VODs, the podcast, and Spotify, to the YouTubes for checking it out. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.